Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Sorry I'm not in the best of moods today. I've just had a rough day on the game and it's really soured my mood quite a lot, but welcome to Dead by Daylight as Killer. Anyhow, so I wanted to get my next Killer catalog out because due to various things happening in my life, it's taken longer to get out than I wanted to. But now that everything's been patched up in the game, and now that I have some free time, I decided it was time to get it done. So today, we are playing Miss Piggy. And for those of you who don't know what my Killer Catalog series is, it's where I go over Killer, give tips and tricks on how to play said Killer, give my opinion on where these killers place in the DBD meta, and recommend any changes for the Killer should I feel they require any. So, as you can see, today I'm running Pop Goes the Weasel, Barbecue and Chili, Thanatophobia, and Dying Light. It's been the default build I've been experimenting with for a little while now. I like it, but at the same time, it's a build that basically, if you don't get early game pressure, it doesn't really help you very much. So, but welcome to Dead by Daylight without Ruin. So, for Miss Piggy, she's always been a bit of a mid-tier killer even since she came out, but she's been made slightly worse by a few changes that have been recently made to her. She's because when the in-game collapse first came out, she lost her ability to trap survivors into the game by putting traps on their heads after the last gen is done. Excuse me. Now, if you put a trap on their head before the last gen's done, then they can't leave until they get out, unless they use the hatch to get out, but that's always been the case. And that was kind of rough on her because endgame Pig was basically the most viable and only really strong strategy that Pig had. And then after that, she recently got a change where her dash attack no longer counts as a basic attack, which means she can't use exposed and stuff on her dash attacks, which really kind of sucks, and they've done it to a couple other killers, I believe, as well. And that, I mean, it's not like a huge nerf, but the problem is all these little changes have just made her progressively worse and worse. Pig is like the only killer in the game that has never been top tier, and yet she's getting toned down for no reason, just for dev convenience more than anything. But, you know, she can place traps on survivors' heads to slow the game down still. I mean, even though they're kind of RNG, they still help. Her stealth is honestly the worst stealth in the game, just because she slows herself. Her FOV is, well, not her FOV directly, but the fact, you know, her view is severely obscured on most maps. Plus, she's still very much visible, and but she can still get survivors on a good day. So, as for changes I would make to Miss Piggy, honestly, I don't think she needs very much. I don't know why that guy just left. Anyway, I don't think she requires very much. I would recommend to make her dash, when she does her dash attack, the roaring noise she makes come after she does it instead of doing it during, because it just all it does is give survivors way too much of a warning and allow them to easily get to a pallet before she can lunge around the corner, because unless you lunge around the corner, you're not going to get anywhere with it. It would just help her dash be a little bit better for mind games, which is something that she's kind of good at, but not really, which is what she needs as a killer of her type. And then a lot of people think adding rule set number 2, which is the red add-on she has, that where the survivors can't see the aura of jigsaw boxes till their trap is active. Honestly, that could probably work too. Some people think it would be bad, but honestly, the thing about it is, it actually would be a good thing, because yes, they would still do a gen and get it done. But after that, then things start getting really bad for them, because now they have to run to the boxes while the trap is actually ticking, so they can't just take their time. They have to go to these jigsaw boxes and get all that done. Or if they decide to do it and take the safe route, they're wasting even more time because they don't know the exact locations of the boxes. So they'll have to look around a little bit, which will just waste a little bit more of their time and make the traps a little bit more consistent. So, I mean, how you feel about that, that just depends on, that's all on you. I will say I do really enjoy this outfit though. The pig head and the biker jacket outfits. I don't think that the biker head, the head that goes with this outfit looks very good, and I don't really think the outfit that goes with the head is all that great, but together this makes a really nice outfit for Miss Piggy. This isn't the build I'm currently using though. It's not one I would normally be trying to use on her, just because there's another build I actually had an idea for the other day, but I do not have all the perks I need for it. But I'll make a video on that as soon as I get that done. And also my survivor build that I've been working on with the double blood points going on. I've almost gotten it finished, so I'll make a video on that pretty soon as well. But for now, let's get into some Miss Piggy gameplay and see if we can't pull something off here. Like I said though, this build, you'll have to forgive me if these games do get rough. This build is inconsistent, but it does have, like, if you can get some early game pressure and just keep the pressure going, then this will help you a lot mid to late game. But this is not an early game build by any means, so you're gonna have to bear with me. But at least the perks synergize. 3 of them activate when you hook someone, and 1 of them activates every time you inflict injuries on people. It works out. It works together, and like I said, for now it works, but I'm hoping that Dying Light specifically gets a little bit of a buff, just in the sense of, like I've recommended in my previous videos, just, you know, increase the stacks from 3% to 5%, cap them off at 5, so it's 25% maximum, so it stays just like old Dying Light, and then make the Obsession either immune or give them the buff to alleviate the downside a little bit. Not both. It's ridiculous. It's bad enough that the perk only works on 3 survivors out of the 4, so there's no reason to there's no reason for it to you know, have all that. But I guess we'll see what the devs do. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely confident. It's just been kind of rough on killers lately. It's always been sort of rough, but lately it's been a little bit extra. Was there? No, I thought I saw someone here, but maybe I was just imagining it. So there's some free points at least. Alright, so she got rid of the strong pal pretty early. Hopefully we can catch her before she gets too far. But at the very least we're getting some strong pallets down really early. Let's just hope it doesn't screw us in the end. Look at that, gen already done. Haven't had time to do much of anything. Luckily, the mag wasn't that smart. Shit, that wasn't what I was trying to do. Gotta get a trap on her head. Shit. Wrong button. Okay. Oh, I forgot the add-ons I was using. I forgot to mention it earlier. It's combat straps, which just makes me crouch and uncrouch faster. And then my other add-on is just to make the dash a little bit better. Less recovery, faster lunge animation. Not animation, but, you know, wind up. Look at that, another gen done already. Anyone who says the gen speeds are balanced in this game is insane. Because I don't think I've been doing badly, but it doesn't matter. I do poor or good on chases because I don't have the right perks. Dead hard, of course. But I got him. So yeah, that's the biggest point of the dash, is to use it for mind games like that. Unfortunately, the dash is not really strong in that regard because at bigger tiles, they can just choose to just run away from the tile And plus, at some tiles where you can't see them, if he had just like chosen to run away instead of trying to mind game that, he would have gotten a lot farther. So one person's still trying to get the trap off their head, so they're not healing, thankfully. I'm not going to bother trying to stealth this. Alright. Kick that and slow them down just a little. Don't know where they went, but I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, that's something I can work with. Look, I mean, look how short she is when she's crouched. That makes it a lot more difficult. Since I saved session, I better kick this gen before I chase. Nice. She effed up the vault. Damn it. Both the guys got the traps off their heads. That sucks. That one trap lasted a good while, but the other one really dropped the ball. It's alright. I've got a little bit of basement pressure. We're slowly but surely getting some pressure going. Alright, so there's some people over there. Need to go over there and shut down their little plan. Thought there wasn't paying attention enough. I should have seen if they were actually scratching the bush or not. I don't see anyone here now. Oh well, the gen's regressed enough. I need to go over there before they get that gen done, because they're most likely going to work on it. Yep. I can't believe I fucked that up. But it's alright, I get her down here. Slug her. Wait, what? I could have sworn I saw someone... I must be going crazy. Oh, well there's someone right there. Probably not going to end up too well for me, but... Got the hit though. He was smart enough not to stay at that pallet. Give him that much. That, on the other hand, was not smart at all. So let's put a trap on you. Alright, so we got that. Thanatophobia's got 2 stacks, and plus with 3 stacks of dying light now. We've got a decent little slowdown. Nothing crazy enough to make a huge difference right now, but it's a start, and it's slowly starting to whittle them down. However, they are not hesitating to do the gens in response to the pig traps, so it's still very touch and go right now. Pop this useless gen. They're always gone long before I get there. Someone just came through there. Alright, let's see if they ran back to this gen. Aha! There's someone. The obsession. We can at least get an injury on them. Let's put them on the hook again. It's not getting me stacks of dying light, unfortunately, but at least it's lighting a fire under their butts. So they're double stacking the gens a lot. Alright, let's go into stealth. Maybe we can get this guy to run right into us. It's another dude with a trap on his head. Get some more thanatophobia. This, what he's doing, yeah, that's not viable. Alright, dead hard. I don't know how he got that much distance, but whatever. What? I am getting ripped off. Got him though. Pick him up. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, kind of wish I'd known that. Not much I can do about it though. At least that means I got one kill out of this. I'll slug her. She got her trap off. Just gotta keep some pressure up while I can. They're gonna be doing this gen over here because they touched it again. Alright, kick that. So there's Ace, or Detective. Sorry, that's Detective Tap, not Ace. He looks a bit like Ace, silhouette-wise. Got him there. Yeah, I was about to say, don't play this. That's a big boo-boo mistake. Alright, do you have Dead Hard too? No, you don't. It doesn't matter, because he did more of a spin than I expected, but luckily the Meg had already burned through all the pallets in this building. So, let's get him hooked up, and get a little bit more Dying Light stacked to slow them down just that little bit more. Scratches. Oh, there she is. She's behind the telephone pole. She's gonna unhook him. And there's Meg. So she's not doing a gen either. Got an injury on her due to that slow vault. Tap is down. So we might just slug Meg. Slugging Meg is not very smart. Well then, as long as nobody has... as long as nobody has Unbreakable, that's GG. I know for a fact Fang Min doesn't, unless she's been saving it this whole time. Detective Tap, if he had Decisive, should be gone about now, hopefully. Alright, no DS. Ooh, a little too close for comfort. Alright, so there's Fang Min. Let's get her hooked up, and that will be GG. Yeah, she thought she was going to lay on the hatch. No. I'm getting my points. Not too bad for game one. But you see the general consensus of the build. I got really lucky because they were cranking these gens out really fast. But luckily they effed up big time in that instance. I have no idea why Meg vaulted that window. And Detective Tap, he ran straight into my arms because I guess he wasn't expecting me to go after Meg. He wasn't looking behind him. It's just one of those instances where you have to snowball and use your dashes to mind game the small loops. The small semi-safe loops are where the dash is at its best, like loops like these, where they can be kind of safe if you just loop them around and if they time it right and throw the pallet down. But on larger loops, they have more time to throw the pallet down, and it's a lot easier for them to predict where you're coming from because of the third-person camera angle especially. Although sometimes it's best not to use the dash and just use the stealth to get close, then stand up and chase them normally, because your terror radius still stays gone for a little bit. Ah, brand new part. That explains why the gens were going so fast in the early game. Yikes, yikes, yikes. And they had a yellow and a brown toolbox. Even a brown toolbox is still pretty dang strong. Just because, I mean, gens are already pretty quick. Any increased speed to the gens is going to be insane, even if it's just a little bit. And not to mention it can be stacked with things like Prove Thyself, Resilience if you have it, multiple people on a gen, that kind of crap. Still, that could have ended up a lot worse than it did, so thank goodness. But you saw that breaking those pallets early game did help us out as well. It was kind of a risk versus reward situation, but in this particular case it was more reward, because the fact that that tap did not have a really strong pallet to go to when he went into the school after I missed my swing, that saved us. Because me missing that swing could have been huge and game-changing if the pallets were still there. But thanks to Meg, who burned the pallets at the very start of the match, it was a dead zone for him, and he had nowhere to go because he didn't have balanced landing. Alright, so let's play on. So just to have a little fun with Miss Piggy, I'm going to put on a green... Do I have any? Oh, there it is. I'm going to put on a green Mori, just for fun. And to show off the Mori a little bit, for those of you who just want to see it.
That's me, baby.
I usually don't use Moris, although my consensus on using a Mori is I would only use it if I saw like a stacked bunch of items, or if I saw a key. But in this instance, I'll keep it in the back pocket for a little bit, and then I'll see if I need it. And if I don't need it, I'll just use it later in the game. Out of all the mid-tier killers, Miss Piggy's the closest there is, in my opinion, aside from maybe Michael, to being in the higher upper tiers. Just because she has a decent little kit, but her kit has big holes in it, which cause her to be weaker than she actually is. And as I previously stated, the recent changes made to her, while they are small, have just diminished her power just that little bit more. But they did say eventually they want to go and rework Piggy's add-ons, maybe give her a buff or two to her base kit, which would be nice, because the community's been requesting something like that for a long time. I wonder if they'll DC. Oh, hey, Blackwing. I was just making a video, so that's why I wasn't joining just yet. I'm doing my video on Miss Piggy. Nice. Had a really close first game, but luckily the other team effed up and I got a 3-man slug on when there was one gen left, so ended it right then and there.
I've currently got my keyboard plugged into my controller and it feels real nice, and yeah.
But why?
Because that's where it's supposed to go.
But like, why are you using a keyboard?
Oh, because, well, it has a lithium battery, so if my controller gets low, I just kind of switch a little further and it starts charging it.
I see. Yeah, I've had some rough matches before I started this video. It was I played a spirit game on a farm map, which of course they had the god window and everything on what was it? It was either Rancid Abattoir or Fractured Cowshed. I can't remember. I don't even remember all the names of the farm maps. They all suck. Oh no, it was this one. It was Fractured Cowshed. Speaking of bad maps. Actually, no, it wasn't Cowshed. I'm wrong. I think it was Torment Creek, actually. Pretty sure. The one with the big building with the cows in it. I can't remember which one that is. Oh, there's a person already. Is he gonna run into me? There he is. Dude, look at how fast this gen is getting done. There's... all of them are here! Jeez, dude, you guys have proved thyself? Come here. Okay. You're not making it to that. Oh, he didn't waste it either. I knew it. Look at them. They're like fucking cockroaches. Well, at least I got 3 stacks of Thana right off the bat, but holy balls, dude. This is probably a bad idea. Yeah, I knew that probably wasn't going to work, but it was a mind game I needed to try. That's a really strong pallet. It probably will never work if you try to mind game it. No! Oh, it was too early. But I'm going to get her anyway. Or maybe not, because I can't see. Come on now. Knock her down. Thank you. So let's put a trap on her head before they get that gen done. Perfect. Alright, well they got the gen done and now they've started her timer, so now that puts a little bit of pressure on her. Unfortunately, she's the obsession, so I don't get a stack. And... oh, there's someone over here. So let's just creep our way this way. Oh, Ash! I appreciate your contribution. He's gonna unhook her, isn't he? Yes, he is. That's fine by me. Let's do that real quick. Pick you up. Better not have a flashlight. Get a stack. Popping my generators, huh? I made a join. Alright, so that's 1 stack of dying light, and they are this way? Good lord. These generators are gonna fly like an eagle, dude. Oh, they're getting him off the hook. Oh, he unhooked himself with deliverance. Got the hit on her right there. Perfect. Ash, fuck off. Oh, yeah, dead hard. Thanks for wasting the pallet. So you sit on the floor and think about what you did. Meanwhile... one good thing about the corn maps is Miss Piggy can kind of creep around on these maps a little bit. Throw the corn and sometimes people will run right into her. Surprise! Do you have Dead Hard too? No, you don't. Works for me. Let's put a trap on you. There we go. Pick you up and hook you for another stack of dying light. Alright, Ash is back up on his feet, searching the box again. This gen's been touched. Amanda's letter would be so nice right now. Except for the fact that my traps would be useless. I don't know why the devs have... now hers isn't recent, but in all other recent like iridescent add-ons for killers, most of them have ended up really bad because their downsides are worse than their upsides. And I don't understand what the point of that is. Someone's touching my gen here. I just saw that person in the background. Why don't we go get him? There she is. You think you're funny. Aw, she knows. So that's the problem with Pig's Dash. Safe pallets like that are just free distance. Because they don't usually fall for the mind games. Ash got his trap off. How you doing, Jeff? Why don't you help me out here? I wouldn't stay out in the fields, buddy. You're wide open. Ugh, even if I can't see. I swear some of these things that don't hit, man. Alright, put a trap on you. Keep things down just a little more. And the cycle continues. So there's Ash over here. This gen starts progressing. Can you imagine? Anyhow. Yep, they're working on this gen too. Gotta get that regressing while we chase, otherwise they're just gonna get it done. There she is. It'll take me a minute to catch up to her. Or at least she's coming this way, making it easier for me to protect this gen. Now, if she survived her friends, then they're still in a bit of trouble. Alright, baited it. Windows, man. There's no counter to Windows unless you run Bamboozle, and even then that's not even really that big of a counter. Depending on the window. Oh, got the hit. And of course it's the obsession. And that's an insta-heal. Yep. Not going to chase this harlot because she has an insta-heal, and insta-heals are bullshit. Don't you just love it? Completely unearned extension on the chase. Alright, and there goes another gen. Doesn't even matter that I'm slowing the gens down as much as I have been. Alright. But this is why Miss Piggy is okay. Not really great, not really terrible, just okay. Yeah, well that confused him. Guarantee he's never seen that before. Oh, he does have dead. Well, at least I can get some blood points with barbecue. Not much else you can really hope for in a match like this. That's scratch marks. Somebody's around here. But if I don't get to my gens, they're gonna get done. And I don't have any traps left, and I have no in-game perks. So I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. Why weren't they interesting? Damn, fire made me think it was footsteps. Oh. Jeff? You need to back the F up, buddy. Wow, that was a perfectly timed dead hard. I'm not going to pick him up because he... Actually, yes I am. I don't have much else to lose at this point. Of course he had DS, which is why he didn't run away from me. I mean, go figure, right? But at least that changed the obsession. Oh, but it doesn't matter. So I guess I'll just end up mooring one of these guys. Why not you, Ash, huh? Why not, right? I misplayed that so badly. Not that it would have mattered if I got it, but you know. Alright. Sorry, dude. Have fun. But yeah, they're gonna get the door open any second. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, this is just, once again, this is just Dead by Daylight balancing in a nutshell. They don't allow killers to have anything really strong, and he wants to just teabag and act like he's hot shit, you know? It's alright. See, and that's another thing they should be looking into. They should be looking into why those hits that's supposed to be hitting are not hitting, and instead you're just hitting air. And why people can blind you when you're not even looking at them. You know, that's another thing I'd like to know, why that's happening. Thanks for the 3 points. You can leave now. Thank you. But yeah, between this kind of stuff and keys and all kinds of dumb shit, killers need some work. But at least now you know how to play Piggy to the best of your abilities. You can try running all kinds of different things with her to try to slow down the game more. That's kind of the builds that she synergizes with, just like any other killer. Some anti-pallet perks are also good with her too. Brutal Strength is also a decent choice, just to break the pallets a bit quicker. Just the basic stuff. I'm sorry, the second game didn't exactly go as we would have wanted, but that's life. The devs don't think there's a problem with generators, so until they open their eyes and figure it out, we're stuck with this. And that, can we just look at this for a second? Iridescent Chaser, which means I basically won every chase I went into pretty quickly, and yet I got Bronze and Malicious and Devout because I didn't kill everybody. I only killed one person. And I let people heal, so that cost me points here, but you know. Then Silver Gatekeeper. This right here is the key to everything. And the fact that I got this, but only this, when I wasn't tunneling anyone? Well, I mean, you could say technically, if you want to get really technical, you could say I tunneled the quote-unquote tunneled the, what's his face, Jeff. But let's just take a look at what they brought. So yeah, this is not a very great toolbox for repairing, but it does have a brand new part. This is a flashlight with an odd bulb, this is an insta-heal, and this is a toolbox. So they had 2 toolboxes, a flashlight and an insta-heal, most likely a Survivor Friends group, considering they all brought all this crap. And, I mean, we should all just get used to this, because very soon, randoms are going to have just as much information as Survivor Friends does, and Survivor Friends is going to have even easier access to the information that they have. So we're in for a rough ride, all of us killer players. We are in for a very rough ride within the next few months. Especially as console players, because unlike PC players, we console players have to deal with all this crap, plus bad frames and sensitivity, but the devs don't want to do anything about that either at the moment, I guess. They don't. It's not on their priority list, even though it should be. But all the same, I hope this was somewhat educational to you guys, like always, and give me your thoughts on what you saw here. Give your opinions on, you know, or recommendations on what else you want to see. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.